Now last time when I was editing, I realised that every time I hit the table, which my tripod is on, the whole camera would wiggle and wobble, so I'm going to try really hard not to do that this time. Sorry about that. A laugh quick for you. Hi guys! Okay, 3 things. I just finished this cake topper, which has quickly become one of my favorites, and I wanted to come on here and brag about it because it's dope. It's the dude as Spider-Man rescuing his wife, and their pets are flying. So you got a couple of guinea pigs and the cats flying on wire here. It was a whole project. I actually really like the way it turned out. It's one of my favorites, so I wanted to come on here and brag about it. Second thing, I have a new project. So I told you about last month's project, so basically I'm trying to limit myself because I'm a bit all over the place, if you hadn't noticed already by my vlogs. I'm trying to limit myself to 1 major project per month, and I will like break down the entire month of what I need to do each week, each day, so that I can work towards that goal and not get so crazy about it. So I have a new project for this month, and it actually requires some help and some feedback from you guys. What I would like to do is I am hopefully going to design a new collection, jewelry collection. I want to show the entire process. So from the very beginning, initial sketches and my inspiration, making my mood boards, I love a good mood board, thank you Pinterest, and designing everything to actually making the first testers, trying things out, sourcing all of my materials and things, and then right through to finalizing the products, doing the photo shoots, booking the models, going to locations, and then listing them on my website and on Etsy, and doing all the marketing and everything. I want to do like a full behind the scenes, here's how much work goes into it, here's what you need to do if you want to start a business like this as well. Kind of just really share the entire story with you, from the beginning concept right to the finished product, and how I package it even to send it to the customer once they bought it. I think that would be fun. I really enjoyed seeing things like this in the past. I know that it's the controversial figures, but Jeffree Star and Shane Dawson documentary where they made the palette, the conspiracy palette and everything, and they showed the entire process, the design, everything. I found all that fascinating from a production point of view and from like a designer marketing point of view. I thought all of that was dope. I loved seeing it, and I was like so excited and hyped for the entire journey and the story and seeing the product. And yeah, I thought that was really cool. And also BTS as well, in case you didn't know. I'm a huge fan of BTS, and they also often design products. They designed a bunch of cartoon characters with line friends, and you see again the entire process of them designing them, coming back with like the testers and things. And then they just did a bunch of luxury products as well, including like bags and wind chimes and pajama sets and all sorts. And I thought those were like, that again was really fascinating. I love seeing the whole story of each product, and I thought I could do that. I do vlogs, and plus, you know, it's free content for anyone who might like it, who then can possibly discover me and see the rest of my stuff. It's built-in marketing, not gonna lie, that's a big, even if like just a few people see it, it's still, I think it's worthwhile doing, and I'm gonna be doing all this work anyway, I might as well share it, so it's just added work of editing the actual videos, but I don't mind, I kind of enjoy that. That is the second thing. And the third thing, I guess, is still the second thing. I didn't think this through. So yeah, I will announce I want to do a whole series of mini collections, mini jewelry collections, all based on nature, and in particular habitats, natural habitats. And so I'm gonna do a whole blog post on this because I'm a lot more eloquent in writing than I am speaking, if you haven't noticed. I'm dyslexic, can't help it. I want to do a whole series inspired by coral reefs, a whole series inspired by desert oasis, a whole series inspired by the jungle, wild jungle, a series inspired by Neon City. That's the only non-natural one that's going to be like an urban sort of collection. And then Distant Mountains will be the final collection, and they're all going to be mini ones, so it's only going to have a few, maybe 6 to 12 items maximum. And I'd really like to include some natural elements. I've got to be careful because I want to make sure that it's all sustainable, obviously. I'm not going to be trying to do this like beautiful natural collection and then include something that's going to actually damage the environments that I'm going after, but I would really like to include like some sand, possibly some real seashells, again if I can collect them sustainably and not damage any habitats. I live on an island and therefore the beach is kind of everywhere, so that one might be okay. Like just natural elements infused in the collections, and I'd love to do some like full location shoots with some beautiful diverse models. Maybe more news on that soon, because I'm going to be going to some different places with hopefully some beautiful meeting some new exciting diverse individuals, so that's gonna be really exciting because COVID has very much limited that. I was not able to source a load of models for several years, and so my entire feed has just been my face and I'm bored of my own face. Those are my announcements. My first collection is going to be the Coral Reef collection. Already started designing, and I'm going to show you the full design process in a minute. This is where I'd really love your feedback, so let me know. Do you like the look of anything? Do you think this would work? Do you think you'd be interested in any of this? Do you think any of your friends would be interested in this? Yeah, and if you want to follow the journey of exactly how a product is made from my own little business, my own little hands, from absolute start to finish, then yeah, you can subscribe if you fancy and watch the entire process. I'm going to be putting out videos, I'll try weekly as best I can, and keep you updated, and these will very much, they're not planned at all. These are going to be very much based on feedback that I get, what I like, what I don't like. As I'm actually creating the collection, I'll make a load of like designs and mock-ups and things to see what I think could potentially be successful and what I think is pretty, and yeah, that will be like the whole process. It will be a whole story and journey that you guys can come on with me if you want to. So yeah, here's the first part of the designing the Coral Reef collection for summer, and yeah, let me know what you think. I hope you enjoy the entire ride. I hope you stay with me for it because I think it's fun to see where we end up. I don't know yet. I have a vague idea of some sketches, but I guess we'll see. Normally they turn out pretty well from my initial design to the final product. Take one, let's go! Okay, here we go. So this was my inspiration. So I really liked the little seed beads. I think they're always so summery, good for festivals and things. You can layer them up. I really like layering jewelry, like lots of different individual items, stack them all up so you've got a whole bunch. And I also really like the, like I always wear these because I used to make them as a kid and just still have them. These like braided with embroidery thread bracelets as well, which they're kind of juvenile, like they're very youthful and kind of childlike, but I actually really like that quality. I think you can do them really beautifully and in really cool patterns, and I think again they kind of look like festival and summer and kind of like a friendship bracelet. I really like those, so I might actually do some of those as well. And yet of course with lots of the colours from the actual coral reefs transferring over, so I wanted to definitely pick out some stock colours that would run through the entire collection. So yeah, this was my inspiration, and then this is what I've come up with so far. So these are just like quick rudimental little sketches with some watercolour on them, but I think this is a really quite pretty turnout, and I can see it in Fimo and metal, like what it would look like in my head. So, but these are just to give you an idea. So definitely the coral reefs. I'd like to do a whole bunch of like individual unique little coral reefs. These could be stud earrings, they could be on a ring as a blank, and then yes, some sea life charms. So I've got a little turtle here, a little clownfish, and some other fishies, angelfish and stuff like that, that were a bit more tropical. They'd be really small. I think I'd keep them to about like penny size, no bigger, and these could be added on, I think, to some of the bead jewelry, some of the like pendants, I think. And yes, so I've done my own like little seed beads they're called. So they'd be very thin. You could stack them up just like the example ones, and the main colors would be coral pink, this beautiful aqua blue, and then gold as well. I think I'll use gold metal as the main color because it's very summery and it looks very exotic, I think. So yeah, I've got some different shell ones. These would likely be either I'll make them from Fimo and then dip them in like a gold resin so that they're like gold charms, or I will buy online like shell charms that are already made with a gold base and then like resin set in, because I can't cast metal just yet because I don't have some of the tools to do that safely, so I won't do that here in my house and blow myself up. But I'd probably make some master copies first, just see if I like my ones more than the ones I could find online. Again, yeah, little example of how the little corals could do. I'd like this to be like a little ear cuff. So I could do really small ones sat petitely on your earlobe, and then I could have ones that are quite big, like sort of creeping up the ear like this. Some of the woven bands that I talked about, again with the main colors, and those could be stacked on with the seed beads and have some little like gold charms with like some aqua beads, like aquamarine beads. They just look so much like the ocean and freedom and beauty. So some of these would be like the woven ones with perhaps gold thread going through, just to like keep it consistent with all the rest of the collection. But they are time consuming to make these, and to make them like really in a beautiful pattern without any mistakes, you have to kind of concentrate. So I'm not sure how to price those, but I will do some testers and work it out. Basically, that is the idea so far. Lots of beady bits, lots of like the woven pieces, and then just a few Fimo and or resin charms. I really like the look of most of those, but I would really appreciate some feedback. So do let me know if you like the look of any of these, if you think, oh, that could be good, but maybe in a different color or size or something. You could possibly even tell me like what kind of prices you'd be willing to pay for certain things like this, because bead jewelry is tricky to price because it looks like so small and like, you know, simple. Oh, anyone can thread a couple of beads onto a bit of elastic, but it's so time consuming, and they're really fiddly, especially small beads, which is why most places do actually outsource that manufacturing to like lesser economically developed countries. But bear in mind, I don't outsource my stuff, it would be my hands doing all this. So let me know what you think. If you like the look of any of this, you can let me know in the comments. And yeah, don't DM me, don't direct message me, because I get so much spam that I don't read my DMs anymore. There's just too much spam and people asking me for nudes. So you can publicly comment what you like, give me some feedback, and you can help me design a collection that you actually want to see exist in the world.
Wouldn't that be fun? Yeah. Okay. Let me know and I will keep you up to date with the next stage, which will be making some of this in real life and testing it out, seeing what it looks like, and then again getting more feedback from you guys. So I'm excited. I think this is going to be fun, like sharing it with you all. Okay, see ya later. Thanks a lot. Bye.